Hey there, this is Lawyer AI. How can I help you?
Hey, I would like to book an appointment, please.
Sure, one moment please. I will check the availability in our calendar. Alright, we have 2 empty slots, one today at 5 p.m. and one tomorrow at 6 p.m. Which one would fit you best?
Tomorrow, please.
Great. Your appointment is booked for tomorrow at 6 p.m. Alright, we just booked a meeting for you.
Alright, thank you very much. Okay guys, I had a lot of calls and discussions last week, and many people are trying to apply AI to the legal field. So I've been working hard last week to show you how AI can benefit law firms. And I want to show you in this video a sneak peek of the system that I built. Basically, my goal was to design a high-ticket system, the type of system that you could sell for at least $10,000. And the only way for this cost to be reasonable for law firms is if the system provides a shit ton of value. This whole AI system contains 6 components. I will go through each one of those components, show you a little demo of how it works, and explain to you how it provides value to law firms. But before we get started, I'm Smail Alaoui, an AI engineer and entrepreneur. I built my very first AI project back in 2017, but it's in 2019 that I really started writing complex AI models, training and optimizing them, and publishing scientific papers in various journals and conferences that you can also find in archive, by the way. A few months ago, I started NeuraFirst, an AI agency where we help companies leverage AI. So let's get back to the AI system for law firms. The first component of this system is meeting transcription. Attorneys spend their time meeting with clients, and having a tool that does a transcription of those meetings means that this text can automatically be analyzed for further use. So imagine you can have an AI system that takes as input a video or an audio and then automatically identifies who said what and when and outputs the transcription of the meeting. I think this system can also work great with calls on Zoom and Google Meet. But for the demo I will show you, I used this video on YouTube. It's like a simulation of a meeting between a lawyer and her client. I coded a small prototype of this component using Python, and I want to show you the result. So this is the result that I got. It is very bare bone, but it does the job. Basically here you have the timestamps of who spoke and when. And if we click on a particular timestamp, it goes directly to the corresponding part of the video. So let's try some of those timestamps.
So you mentioned that he was the one that slipped the drugs into your bag at the festival.
My jacket.
Into your jacket, sorry.
Yeah,
jacket. Just tell me a little bit more.
Let's try something else.
How many drugs there were at the time. Tell me this at the time.
No, I had no idea that he was even planning on taking drugs or planning on bringing anything in. He never mentioned it. I really had no idea about it.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, right? I think this can save so much time to so many people that need to go through hours of meetings. The second component is a direct link to the first one. It's a meeting preparation tool. Now that we have a transcript of our first meeting, attorneys can easily prepare for the next meeting with that client if an AI summarizes and highlights the most important parts of the meeting. Let's see how it looks in practice. For this demo, I used the exact same meeting that we just saw. So let's run the script now. So you can see now that the bot automatically writes the title of the meeting, the date, as well as the summary of the meeting, and highlights automatically the most important parts of this meeting. Of course, the way the AI decides which type of information is important can totally be customized, which means in theory we could have multiple labels and the AI automatically labeling each part of the text based on specific instructions. The third part of the system, and I think you guys are gonna love it, is an AI receptionist that does appointment booking. I think we all take the task of appointment booking for granted, but in practice, to code that, it's very hard. In general, in computer science, everything that involves time is very complex. That's why I think in practice, a law firm should have at least 2 AI receptionists. The first one will give general information about the law firm, the number of lawyers, their experience, and so on. And the second one will be specialized entirely in appointment booking. Which means if a lead calls the first AI and this AI understands that the lead wants to book a meeting, it should transfer the call towards the second AI. Using Retail AI, I coded a small prototype of an AI appointment setter that you can call to book a meeting. This AI will book a meeting on Google Calendar using their API. To simulate a real-world situation, I also decided to make it challenging for the AI. First, I will agree on a date. Then once the AI confirms the meeting, I will interrupt it mid-conversation to test its way to handle interruptions, and then I will ask the AI to book another time slot instead, to see if it's also able to update the meeting that was just booked. Let me show you a demo. Alright guys, so for this demo, on the right we have my personal Google Calendar, and on the left we have a retail AI interface which will allow us to monitor the transcript in real time. I have set the AI agent as an inbound number, which means I will be the one calling it. Okay, so let's call it now.
Hey there, this is Lawyer AI. How can I help you?
Hey, I would like to book a meeting, please.
Sure, one moment please. We'll check the availability in our calendar.
Sure.
Checking availability. Alright, we have 2 empty slots. One today at 5 p.m. and one tomorrow at 6 p.m. Which one would fit you best?
Tomorrow, please.
The meeting is booked for tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Wait, sorry, actually tomorrow I have something. Can we do it for today instead?
Alright, we just updated your meeting successfully.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Bye. So you can see that the call actually went very well. Not only I was able to book a meeting, but then the AI was able to handle, interruption, and then it was also able to update the meeting slot to put it for today instead of tomorrow. So yeah, it was pretty convincing in my opinion. Now the fourth part of the system is a RAG for document review. Now you're asking yourself, what the heck is a RAG? RAG is actually an acronym for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Basically, whenever you use generative AI like LLMs to retrieve information from documents and custom knowledge, you're using a RAG system. Just to make it quick, your documents plus LLM equal RAG, which means all those custom GPTs that use your documents to fetch information inside of them are actually RAGs. Comment down below if you want a detailed video about this subject. Basically, lawyers, attorneys, and paralegals spend their time reading contracts to find relevant information. They will be asking questions like which state or country's law governs the interpretation of this contract? Or does a party have the right to audit the books, records, or physical locations of the counterparty to ensure compliance with the contract? Or simply, when is the effective date of this contract? I actually downloaded a legal dataset made of 510 PDFs with all those type of contracts that you can see here. By the way, this dataset is publicly available. In theory, for big law firms, you could design and build a retrieval system to query information about all those contracts. But just to make it simple, I coded a very basic prototype to query information about only one contract, which is an affiliate agreement that you can see here. It has actually 24 pages. So the system I built is very naive and simple, but it showed promising results, and I already see so many ways to improve it. The prototype I built looks like a chatbot, so let's start asking some questions. The first question I will be asking is, which state country law governs the interpretation of this contract? So here it says the state of New York. Let's check if this information is correct. So I will be looking for New York. And we can see that indeed this information is correct. The second question I will ask is, what's the percentage commission in this contract? Okay, it looks like it is 15%. Let's check that. So yeah, indeed, it seems like the commission, percentage used is of 15%. Yep, that's pretty much it. Let's ask the last question. What is the effective date in this contract? Okay, so the answer is March 31st, 2011. Let's check that. So you can see that for this answer, it was wrong actually. The effective date is the 6th of March 2006. And actually, in 2011, it corresponds to the initial term. So yeah, of course, this is just a prototype, but it's okay already. Ideally, this RAG system will have two parts. Here in this part, we should have, of course, the question answering part. And here on the right part, the AI should show us the source of its answer, just to make sure that the answer is reliable and that there is no hallucination going on. Now, the fifth component of our awesome AI system for law firms is a combination of text and voice chatbot for lead scoring. It should be actually a text chatbot installed in a law firm website, and then once somebody interacts with this bot, the bot should ask the lead if he or she would like to be called. And then if the lead says yes, an outbound call should be triggered where an AI will qualify the lead and give a score of how likely it is going to convert into a client. For this little demo, I used VoiceFlow, Retail AI, and Make.com. In this demo, I'll just show you the text chatbot and the call being triggered from VoiceFlow. So for this demo, we'll have three parts. Here we'll be waiting for a call, actually from VoiceFlow. Here we'll be monitoring Retail AI transcript, real-time transcript. And then here we'll be talking with the text chatbot. This chatbot will be asking for our number. And then once the number is given, it will be actually calling us. So let's run this. First, I need to run this automation. Then let's start this chat here. Welcome to Law AI. Would you like to be called by one of our assistants? Yes. All right, we need your phone number and your email, please. Let's start with your email. Actually, this step is not, mandatory. I was just, thinking in a real scenario, the bot maybe, during the call would be booking a meeting. So we want to have the email in advance so that in case, the lead wants to book a meeting, we'll be actually sending a meeting in that email, basically. Here I will just write test@gmail.com. Okay, great. What's your phone number, please? Let's write my phone number. Okay. Here you see that something has been triggered. Let's wait for the call. Yep. Hello.
Hey there, this is Jones from Law AI. How can I help you?
Hey, actually, the tenants, don't want to pay the rent and they don't want to leave. So what should I do?
That sounds frustrating. Have you tried talking to them?
Yes, I've tried many times and they're not answering the phone actually.
I see. Have you considered sending them a formal notice to vacate?
So, it was just to test the call and it's working very well actually. And don't worry guys, I will show you how to do this in the next videos. The sixth component of our AI system is a chatbot for legal Q&A sessions. I put a star in the end because there is no AI involved in this component. It is just software and automation. Basically, you can imagine a text chatbot that captures an email and the question of a lead so that later on a legal assistant can answer it. Actually, the chatbot that I just showed you can also be used for that. You could trigger some automations once you get an email. It will basically help lawyers get leads or at least add new leads to their lead nurturing system. And then after answering the question, you could send to the lead a sequence of emails each week. Now I know I showed you only the demos of those tools, but don't worry, in the next videos I will show you how to build some of those systems. I will first show you how to configure Retail AI to set up inbound and outbound AI phone agents. Now we can see that those three systems here will save a lot of time to law firms and it will largely increase their bandwidth to deal with more clients, while these other systems directly participate in generating more revenues. Let's take for example the AI Receptionist. In a normal setting, without AI, those are the calls that come in and their duration. So here the receptionist can deal with only 5 incoming calls. Now if you add AI, one AI agent with one number can handle multiple calls at the same time. So those are the additional calls that it can handle. It can handle 15 extra calls. Let's say it's a personal injury firm and on average 50% of the calls convert into clients. which means without AI you will get 2 clients from here, but with AI you will get 7 extra clients here. Now the way PI lawyers get compensated is through a percentage of the settlement amount. Let's see what this percentage is. Okay, so here I found that on average the lawyers will take 33% of the settlement amount. Let's also see what's the average settlement amount in the US. Okay, I found here that on average the personal injury settlement amount is approximately $75,000. Actually, it's almost 76K. So if we multiply 33% by 75K, we end up with 24K. So which means that on average, personal injury lawyers get 24K per case. Now for the case that we have seen, bringing 7 extra clients would mean bringing an extra $173,000, which I think is insane. Let's take a more pessimistic scenario where each month the AI receptionist brings 2 extra clients per month, which means an additional $48K per month and $576,000 extra revenue per year. So now you start to see how this AI system has a reasonable price of $10K when only one component of this system brings an additional $576K per year. I actually predict that starting from this year, there will be law firms, attorneys, and lawyers who are willing to take the risk to start using AI the right way, not only through ChatGPT. And those people will see excessive returns. I drew a little plot to show you how it looks like. So here we have revenues, and here we have time. And here represents the moment of AI adoption. The red line represents the lawyers that keep ignoring AI. They will see the revenues, grow, but in a very slow pace. However, for the lawyers that start using AI the right way, they will see the revenues increasing a lot at a much higher pace than the other types of lawyers. Here we'll have the first type of lawyers who keep working the traditional way and that are burned out by the amount of work to do. And here on the right, the lawyers who adopted AI. Their tedious work is automated and they have a much higher bandwidth to get clients and actually to manage them in a healthy way. And instead of spending time on tasks that don't require brain power, they would spend it where it matters, building relationships and maintaining them and exercising their judgment and critical thinking. So now if you're watching this video and you're a lawyer and you want to try such system, how would you proceed? Well, first you want to mitigate your risk. You don't want to go all in on this because all this technology that I showed you is quite early. So instead of spending the whole 10K on a fully fledged system, it's better if you spend only half of that on a small prototype to see whether it starts providing value and that it actually helps you bring more revenue and save you time. If you're happy with the results of the prototype, then it's safer to invest the rest in the full version of the software. And actually, if I had to build a good AI system for this use case, I would first prioritize the confidentiality of data. You don't want the client's data to transit through OpenAI servers, which means I would not rely on ChatGPT for meeting preparation or the RAG system, but I would fine-tune an open source LLM so that the data stays inside the firm's servers. There are so many other details that I could talk about. Comment down below if you want to know more about that. Well, that was it guys for this video. It took me many hours to code these demos. I hope you liked it and you realized that AI is much more than just ChatGPT or prompts, and there are so many creative ways to provide value using AI. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell because in the next videos I'm going to show you how you can build some of the things that I've shown you. Cheers guys!